Hi guys, so we are in week 2, round 1 in 3v3 GAC, and I managed to go 3-0 last week, which was really nice, and I'm going to pay the price for this week because I'm in a really difficult bracket, and my first opponent is from Mo 2, which is they are like one of the best TW guilds in the game at the moment. I had a slight GP advantage, but he has some really good data crowns. And by the looks of it, by the time I started to attack it, he almost full cleared me, but he left 2 teams. So I set down Malgus with Marauder and Talon. The Ray, CLS, DR, which is a 350 DR, and also I forget what was the last team. Oh, Gas, yeah. So Gas, Rex, and Fives. So yeah, it's kind of, I would say it's a really difficult front wall. And when I was scouting him, he usually always likes to go heavy on defense. So up top, it took him 4 battles to take out my sorted comp. I actually talked with him after the battle, and you guys can see down at the bottom left corner that he was live with me on Twitch where I'm recording my battles. So yeah, other than that, he one-shotted everything else. And then at the back, so I said JML, Starkiller, and then Boba with Quill and Mole. And I came up with this cool Phoenix team, and it's actually managed to get a Horde, so I was really proud of that. Yeah. Since we had to take Hera to R5 for the new capital ship, I was like, yeah, cool. Why not set her on defense? I already had Kanan and Ezra Relic, so that's a good filler team. Moving up to ships. Give me a sec, because I wasn't sure how I edited this, but also you guys are going to see a lot of like new stuff in this video, so please watch it all the way and give me a feedback about it. Obviously I'm not a pro video editor, but I started to experience with some cool stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to your feedbacks to see if it's good, bad, you want me to use this or not. So yeah, he one-shotted my fleet, I think, or he might dropped on Tarkin, I wasn't sure about it. So that's his defense. He used Wedge with Han and Chewie, and he has that extra damage level 9 data crown on Wedge, that 50% extra damage, which is really nasty. Yeah, so he can assist once per turn, and that's really deadly. So Rey with Bros with plus 75% all damage, Mon Mothma, Nas with Quill, and then CLS 3-pack. So that's a really strong top wall. But first we have to deal with the bottom wall, which is going to be JKL. Oh boy, JKL. We'll get back to that later. Starkiller, Gas, Malgus. That Malgus team is a beast as well, with DR and Malak. And then what else? And then Lord Vader with Maul. So in order to, I needed to save at least one GL up top for Ray. So you guys can check out the footage. Let me pause it for a sec. So you guys can check out the footage on the uninterrupted version of it on my Twitch channel. It was a really long video. This is only just the highlight. So first up, I decided to use, after debating a bit, decided to use JKL against gas. Now my goal was to at the very least try to take out the clones, but and the reason I'm posting these videos for you guys, it's not just about me showing off if I'm winning or losing, because I show everything, but it's most important that you guys can learn from it. So if you guys looking for GAC content, then please subscribe. I'm getting really close to the 850 subscribers. So here's the repost datacron. It sounds really good and great, and it is. It really is. Problem is, repost is, what it does is it ignores protection, and in order gas to sit down, you need to take out his protection. Now you cannot do that if you have riposte, because riposte ignores protection. Like here you see I can damage gas, but watch this now. I put blind on it, and now I'm just ignoring his protection. His protection is not moving. The only person who damaged gas was Shakti. So that was a really big problem. And now gas just decided to delete everybody, because I think he already stood up for like what, twice or three times. I'm not quite sure. So I decided to try to use crew as a cheaper option for a cleanup. I was like, maybe I can stun him, try to do some damage, chip away his protection, but it's just not going to happen. By the way, that's an R9 crew, and he just deleted. He has a lot of extra crit damage on this datacron. Now next up is, I was like, okay, let's just call it a day. I decided to use Thrawn with Han and Chewie. Now this team can actually counter a 4-5-0 team with gas, but it's really difficult. So this team, the idea behind this Qui-Gon Jinn counter against JKL was like, if they can leave Anakin alone, kill Qui-Gon, I can possibly delete JKL and Shakti, and then obviously GK is kind of thick, so I just need to kill him. So the only way this thing can go bad if they decided to land blind or stun Anakin. So I'm just going to let you guys see what happens. And we talk about it later. Yeah, this is how I felt when I was doing the stream. I was like, The only person you guys needed to avoid it was Anakin. Of course, they managed to land the blind on Anakin. I was like, oh god, yep. Anyway, moving on. So let's try Hux with red and First Order Omitai. Well, that's not going well. Close the game again. And I think this was my fifth battle or 6, something like that. So let's try Mon Mothma with the level 9 Dainticron. Well, Carl is gone, and now they are preloaded as well. So next up, I needed to take a break, so I was like, okay, let's use Slicker against Lord Vader. So I wanted to stun Thrawn because I really don't want him to fracture fast. But now Maul can go all in. And by the way, that's an R9 fast. And he just deleted him. So Thrawn's gone. Maul's almost dead. Okay, so now it's just a one-on-one. You really need to reach your ultimate against Slicker all the way to 100%. Almost there. The problem is as soon as he reaches yellow health, goes into yellow, you cannot crit him. So now you just want to swipe 3 times. Because Lord Vader's ramping up as well. So you need to keep up with him. And yeah, Slicker deleted him. Okay, next up. Yeah, I wanted to try Trya against Malgus. Like, this is a really difficult comp. Like, DR and Malak are there as well. And this is round 1. So, you know, he's still new. So I wasn't sure what to do. Obviously, yeah, Trya is not working out. We already lost Scion. Malgus is a beast, especially with the level, with all 3 of his Datacrons and inside GAC. Obviously, he's going to be good in TW as well, but inside GAC, yeah, he's just on a whole different level. Now I saw that players can counter him with gas, but if Malak is there, he can shut that down. and obviously DR being there as applying fear as well. Another set of fear, yeah, and just really nasty. So next up, I was like, okay, let's go back to this JKL team. Let's see if Padme can do anything really. But then JKL decided to almost kill her, like instantly on his first hit. Like that Datacron, I think I forgot to show you guys, but that's just a really, really nasty Datacron. I think he had like something like 40% crit damage on it. It also had the level 6. Whenever a Jedi ally have max health and protection, they do 100% more damage. So yeah. So I was like, okay, let's use C against Starkiller. By the way, so far I've been using teams like I was still hopeful for a 4 clear. That's why I've been using like sort of like B teams, B and C teams. And also, by the way, the reason I used the first order Hux and Red against what was it, JKL, because I forgot to speed up my Hux. So he was slower than Mara Jade, and Hux Red and Mara only works if your Hux is faster than Mara Jade. He wasn't that slow. He was, I think he was around 332, which is 432. So he's not slow, but the guys I'm facing at my level in the top 50, they have like 370 Mara Jade, at the very least 365 plus, and that's put them with the 70 extra speed into around 435 or 440. So if you want to use Hux, then Hux against Starkiller, then you need to have around 340 Hux. So okay, back to Malgus. I was like, maybe Play can do something, but again, this was the first time I was facing him, and then I realized that I think when somebody applies debuffs on them, they recover 10% health and protection. I might be wrong on that, so if so, then please correct me down in the comments. So yeah, this is not looking good so far as well. They all of them are in full health and protection. And Malgus can just, with his second special, delete people. So I was like, well, this is not looking good, so might as well just call it a day and quit. So I have that extra 100% damage as well. So I was like, let's try to use this. I use Basti because of the extra protection. So this way I can deal more damage because of the level 6 Datacron ability as well. I probably made a mistake here. I should have marked down DR. Now I know I'm not getting the mass assist because you cannot get that when you're attacking Darth Revan. But at the very least I can bypass the taunts. So I was at the very least was able to like go after DR. But that wasn't the case, sadly. So yeah. we are almost back to square one. At the very least, I was able to do some damage, so that was good because we still had protection. And again, like, I was kind of making good progress on DR. But once you lose protection, then it's game over. So now I decided to, do a mark down Darth Revan. And that's the savior. You cannot ability block Darth Revan, by the way. And now we lost the mark as well, which is annoying. So yeah, this isn't looking good. So I backed out. So again, I was trying to go cheap. So I was like, okay, let's try to use GG. Maybe I can do something if I can land the target locks and get the Terminator train going. But then I lost Magna. They deleted B1. I almost managed to kill Shakti, but then she stayed alive. Now BB-8 and JTR. I was like, maybe I can keep up with the speed with this team, but then Luke decided to delete BB-8 as well. It's just nothing's working. So I was like, okay, let's get back out. Let's try Geos. And Shakti is back in full health. And not even Spy was able to delete Shakti. But at the very least she's back in yellow now. So I think at this point I was like, okay, we're probably not going to full clear, but at the very least I want to see what's in the back. So I decided to use Shakti. So finally I was able to kill Shakti. So that's something. There's the days. Let's go all in on JKL. He's really a thick boy. Let's try to kill GK. Okay, finally after like, I was more than 1 hour into the battle on Twitch at this point. I think probably almost like 1.5 hours. At least I was able to make some progress. Yep, that mod did nothing, he just healed back up thanks to the health steal. And Iden died as well. Next up, Inquisitors. I was like, they are meant to be like an anti-Jedi team, so I was like, okay, let's go. Show me, boys and girls, what you can do. But not much, apparently. Well, at the very least they were able to do some damage. But then JKL decided to go into God mode and he just deleted. So at this point I was like, okay, let's use Wampa. Why not? See what happens. In he go, 1v1 against JKL. I didn't even use the Datacron on him. I was like, oh, look at that. He's still alive. He's hanging there. After all my teams failed. He's looking good so far, but now his health is going down. Luckily I was able to use the middle. And he's in yellow. Yeah, like the battle of the century. Wampa versus JKL. And he won. Finally. After almost 1 hour. I was able to take out the JKL team. I was like, finally. God damn. So, I was like, okay, let's use Lord Vader against Malgus, and let's see what he had at the back. Funny enough, we are not really making any progress so far. I know, like Lord Vader needs to ramp up his damage, but other than Darth Revan, like Malgus and Malak is in full health and protection. Well, Malak can have protection, but yeah. I just wanted to reach my ultimate. That's why I used the middle. That also helps you keep ramping up your damage as well. Now at least we got ability block on them. And I was like, okay, let's put it on auto because we are not making any real progress. This is going to be a really long battle. So I was like, okay, maybe. My only hope was like that eventually, just like Wampa, Lord Vader can ramp up his damage. If we keep the healing immunity on Malak, then we might be able to do something. So Malak is in yellow, and then suddenly he just went back into green. Full health, thanks to the Malgus lead. We reached another ultimate. But now finally Lord Vader started to hit a lot harder. But we have 2 minutes left on the clock. So we lost Storm. Rip. We go into another ultimate. Finally. Malak died. But we still need to deal with Malgus. DR's dead. 1 minute left. The dots are doing nothing to Malgus. But finally, a breakthrough, and Lord Vader was able to handle it. So, after almost 2 hours on this front wall, 17 battles on JKL, 4 battles on Malgus, and a couple of on gas, I was able to go to the back. It was like, wow, there's another GL at the back. I was like, even if I go really light on the front wall, I had no chance for the full clearing. I wasted all my counters on the front wall, but I learned a lot, like really a lot, and that's what GAC is about, and that's what it means for me at the top level. You cannot win every single match. You just can't. What you can do is, even if you lose, you just learn from it. And if you can learn from your loss, then you already become a better player. So I was like, okay, let's try to go upstairs, see what I can do. But again, I really had no teams left, even for the top wall, never mind the bottom one. And I already dropped way too many bad battles, so the only way I could win is if I was able to full clear. So let's delete Poe. Now it's just 1v1. I was able to give Mace the DI just in time. Otherwise he would have been dead. We triggered the DI. Luckily she had healing immunity. There's the triggered the savior, and now Ray's gone. And I was like, okay, let's test this Bad Batch against CLS. Now they had the 25% turn meter, so they will go first. Oh no, actually they didn't. So I was like, okay, let's see what we can do. Obviously you can stun CLS. And tech died. Hunter's dead as well. And now it's just Echo, so rip. And so once again, I mean, GG to Jeffsky. He's a really good player. He normally a top 10 player, he told me as well, but I think he missed the sign up on 1 week or something like that. I learned a lot. I really did during this battle. So you guys are going to see how I changed and did a couple of more battles differently during my round 2 and round 3 match. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you like GAC content, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. It will really help grow my channel. And as always, I always appreciate your support. And if you want to catch me live when I'm recording this battle, recording my battles, then there is a link in the description for my Discord server, and then also for my Twitch channel. So yeah, come and hang out with us. Most of the time we have like anything between 20 and 40 viewers on my channel. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye.